terms of my role at Ciena, so I've been at Ciena for 10 years now, and I lead our marketing organization outside of the Americas. So that means that I cover everything from Europe, Middle East, and Africa across to Asia Pacific, India, and Japan. So it's a very broad and interesting part of the world that I cover. And I run a diverse multinational team. So a little bit about myself, Fabiola, if you can just click. So I was actually born in Germany. I am English, but I spent a lot of my childhood traveling around Germany with my parents, and we also were very lucky to live in Cyprus. I now live in London, so I live in Wimbledon. I am an animal lover. I've got a lovely dog at home, two cats, two kids, one husband. And we as a family, we love to travel. So my husband's actually from New Zealand, and we have been 12 times. So I have been 12 times to New Zealand in the time that I've known him. So at school, although I obviously work for Ciena, work for a technology company, I was actually more of an arts and languages student. So I studied languages at A level, I studied English, I loved history. So very much come from that arts background, and I also studied languages at university. And then finally, I am very passionate about diversity and in particular about getting more women into the technology industry. And alongside a number of my colleagues on the call today, we're part of a resource group at Ciena called Women at Ciena. And I am currently the global chair. So in terms of how I kind of got to where I am at Ciena today, as I said, I studied French and German at university, so I definitely didn't take a direct route into the technology industry. And in fact, I'm kind of driven by my childhood of traveling around. I became a languages teacher when I left university. So I taught GCSE level French and German down in the southwest of England for a few years, but decided to make a change and actually use my language skills in the business world. So I left teaching and started working for a company that was based in Switzerland and in the UK. And that's really where I started to do a little bit of business travel and was able to use my languages within a business environment. And kind of coincidentally, I happened to have a meeting with a technology company called Cisco during one of my trips to Switzerland. And that really got me thinking. It was quite a long time ago, back in kind of the year 2000, 2001. And it really sparked my interest and got me thinking about moving into technology, which I was able to do. So I spent a long time at Cisco, and I had a number of different roles within that organization. I started out in an events role, so very much kind of an entry level marketing position. And then through the connections that I made at Cisco, I was able to move into lots of different roles, and actually spent 14 years there before I left and joined Ciena in 2014. So I'm lucky enough now to have been at Ciena for over 10 years. And in that time, again, I've had a number of different roles. So I've probably changed roles 3 or 4 times during my time at Ciena. And as I said, I feel very fortunate to be in the role that I am, leading such an interesting team and covering such an interesting part of the world. I mean, in terms of really what makes my role at Ciena so interesting is, we sell complex technology, and the role of the marketing organization is really to turn that complexity into something that lots of our customers and prospects can understand. So really translating the technology into business value for our customers and our potential customers. And as I've mentioned many times, we have the privilege of working with some amazing people, some great technology minds, and some great business brains from all over the world. and that includes both our team at Ciena, but also the customers that we work with and the partners that we work with. I mean, in terms of my advice to those of you on the call today, you don't have to be an engineer to work in the technology industry, and hopefully you'll get a real flavour of that as you hear from everybody today. As you've heard, I don't have an engineering background, but I have a passion for technology, and we are all learning every day in this industry because it's so fast-paced. So my recommendation would be, ask lots of questions, make as many different connections as possible, expand your networks, and of course, follow your passion. So again, my passion is marketing. I'm a creative person, but I'm able to use that passion in a really fascinating industry. And with that, I'll hand back to you, Fabiola. Thank you.